ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीराम जय जय राम। 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 जय जय राम। जय जय राम। ॐ रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। ॐ श्रीरामचन्द्राय नमः। अतुलितबलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहं दनुजवनकृशानुं ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि। रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि। ॐ श्री हनुमते नमः। ॐ ध्यायामि चिन्मयानन्दं गुरुदेवं महामतिं प्रेमपूर्णं क्रियाशीलं सदा लोकहिते रतं कृपालुं सुन्दराकारं समर्थं सत्यदर्शिनं वाचा तत्त्वप्रकाशिन्या शोकमोहविनाशिनम्। ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः। ॐ नमः श्री तुलसीदास सद्वरिष्ठाय धीमते पूरितं हृदयं येन रामप्रेमामृतेन मे। ॐ श्री तुलसीदासाय नमः। Hari Om, a very warm welcome. We will chant the Chaupais and the Doha, number 6. खल अघ गुण साधु गुण गाह उभय अपार उदधि अवगाह तेहि ते कछु गुण दोष बखाने संग्रह त्यागन बिनु पहिचाने भले उपोच सब विधि उपजाए गनि गुण दोष बेद बिलगाए कहीं वेद इतिहास पुराना विधि प्रपंच गुण अवगुण साना दुख सुख पाप पुण्य दिन राति साधु असाधु सुजाति कुजाति दानव देव ऊंच अरुनीचु अमीय सुजीवनु माहुरुमीचु माया ब्रह्म जीव जगदीसा लच्चि अलच्चि Chiranka Avanisa Kasi Maga Surasari Kramanasa Marumarava Mahideva Gavasa Saraga Naraka Anuraga Biraga Nigama Gama Guna Dosha Bibhaga Jada Chetana Guna Dosha Maya Biswakinha Kartara Santa Hamsa Guna Gahi Paya Parihara Bari Bikara Siyavara Ramachandra Ki Jai Pavan Sutta Hanuman Ki Jai Bolo Bhai Sab Santan Ki Jai. We have seen up to Maya Brahma Jiva Jagadisa Lachi Alachi Ranka Avanisa. That is what we were discussing, Ranka and Avanisa. Avanisa the king and Ranka a very downtrodden person. See, we were also talking about class of people, well educated, in good position, and the other class of people who have lot of freedom but only no finance. Here there is finance, prosperity, all the comforts, but they have their own limitations, they have their own problems. Ranka Avanisa is similar. Avanisa is a king, Ranka is a common man, downtrodden man. See, the very interesting part is, this downtrodden people, generally what we see, undergo lot of pain and sorrow. And we all have an opinion that kings, rajas, or great personalities, big CEOs and people like that, they are all very happy. It is not so. This is what the whole set of Chaupai we have seen. All through what we have seen is, there are a mix of both in both the status. And of course, what to talk of the middle class? When we say the top class, they have big, facilities and things like that. The downtrodden are poor and they don't have anything. We have the middle class who have their own problems. So we should not say being middle class is better. Why? We will not have the problems of the rich class, and we will not have the problems of the lower class, downtrodden. We are safe. No, they have their own issues. In fact, as we have been seeing, life is full of pairs of opposites. In fact, the poor people, they can say whatever they want and they are not heard. That's a different issue. But the rich people, what a irony. Even if they are sorrow, they cannot say and show their sorrow. They cannot declare their pain. Why? Rich class. Image problem, prestige problem. They cannot even tell their sorrow to others. Think. So each of them, both of them, have got issues, have got advantages. While in the downtrodden, they have freedom to do anything. They can even lie down anywhere in the roadside also, nobody to care. Whereas the high class people have got no freedom to be the way they want. Think. Now, the next set of Chaupais we see. Kashi Maga. Kashi, we all know. Kashi, Varanasi, Banaras, so many names. Kashi is a very interesting place. According to the Shastra also, according to great epics and people talking about it, Kashi is a very, very, very spiritually upfront area, city. And Kashi Vishwanath temple is being glorified. And now, of course, we all know, after our beloved Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji made that Kashi as a corridor, people in lakhs are going there. I am also one among them. I just recently went and came. A beautifully, wonderfully built temple, the corridor up to Mata Gangaji. And the saying is, whoever dies in Kashi, straight ticket to Swarga. Think. And some also call it as moksha, which may not be appropriate, but still, if people have got moksha as the name for Swarga, probably we can give that. People will go to Swarga, no Naraka. And in Kashi, therefore people are ready to commit sin. Why? Anyway I am in Kashi. Moksha guaranteed. Hi Ram. Think. Moksha guaranteed. Therefore a lot of sins also takes place. Kashi, as we see it as a very spiritually upfront city, maybe so. Thanks to Bhagavan Vishwanath there. But Bhagavan Vishwanatha is a deity there, and he has definitely attracted lakhs and lakhs of people, but at the same time, there are so many other things happening in Kashi. We should not again bracket it within Kashi, everywhere it happens. But Kashi is a very spiritually upbeat, upfront city. And definitely it has a spiritual vibration where hundreds and thousands and lakhs and crores of people go there and definitely take bath in the great Gangaji and then take the darshan of Vishwanathji. And yes, it is a very, very pavanakara kshetra. Then Acharya says Maga. Maga here refers to Magadha Desha. And where there is only Papa. There is only Papa. And in Magadha Desha, now in the next two words we see Surasari Kramanasha. In Kashi we have Surasari, Gangaji. And in Magadha Desha we have Kramanasha, one of the unholy waters in Magadha Desha. Magadha Desha is around Bihar. Unfortunately, even today it is similar, if not any different. Right? Kashi, Maga. And there, Papa Kshaya takes place. Why? There is only suffering. Majorly suffering. People are there who are happy even there. That is a different issue. But by and large, there is only problems, issues, and unholy place and unholy activities also happening. It is not now. So therefore we need not always bother about the current government there. It has been the case right from the beginning, from Ramayana Kala, Magadha Desha. And there Kramanasha, one of the most unholy waters. And in Kashi, Gangaji, Pavani Ganga, it is said. Then Maru Marava. Maru means the deserted land where there is scarcity of water. But at the same time, very interestingly, you will find it is said lot of oil is available. Even in the, if you go to all the desert land in the Middle East, plenty of oil, but they are suffering for water. You cannot drink oil when you are thirsty. You require water, isn't it? Water is a scarcity there, whereas oil is aplenty. So they are very rich country supplying oil to the rest of the world. But then they don't have proper water to drink. Desert. Marava. Another place is, Marava means Malava, it is actually, but in the Loka Bhasha it is called as Marava. Very pleasant atmosphere, beautiful cities. Now, even though taking names may not be very ideal, but it is good for reference. So we should not consider that I have a soft corner towards one place and then very bad attitude towards other. No. I am only giving it as examples. Right? I have earlier lived in a place called Mangaluru, down south Karnataka. I have lived in Bengaluru. I have lived in Belgaum. I have lived in Hubli. I have lived in Shimoga. All these places I have served. In Mangalore, if you go, you will sweat like a pig. But people there are the most healthiest people. On the other side, we have Chennai. Again, very hot, highly humid place, but people are healthy. Place like Bangalore, for example. Even Belgaum, at one stage earlier, I was told, we had a president from the army there for a long period of time. He used to say, Belgaum is a no fan station according to the army terminologies. No fan station meaning what? It is very, very cool and wonderful place. It is said. And Bangalore, very cool city, AC city, but now you know what is the condition. That is a different issue. The idea here is, in such a pleasant place where you actually don't sweat, lot of roga, diseases come. Why? That dirt in the body does not fall out, does not sweat out. Then what happens? They accumulate and are the cause for many diseases. So where there is one advantage, there is always another disadvantage in both the places. Some place in desert there are some advantages, there are disadvantages. In pleasant place there are advantages, there are disadvantages. Mahideva Gavasa. Mahideva means Brahmanas. Gavasa are those people who are butchers and cow eaters, beef eaters. Think. Brahmanas are very highly respected people. Even though today we respect them, there are some Brahmanas who bring disrespect also. Keeping that in mind, giving that a place, corner. Brahmanas are respected. Why? Because they bring knowledge of our ancient culture, our Shastras to the world. And majorly, such people you will find, exception sustained, such people you will find who are in poverty, who have no probably enough to eat or something like that. And there on the other side you have people who have got too much of fanciful life. Both are there. Now today in our world, Brahmanas are not much respected because of their own faults, their own wrong state of affairs. That is also there. And the other side, Gavasa, butchers. Now we cannot say butchers are bad by themselves. No, they are doing their karma. In fact, they support the government in very many ways, they say. Right? So you have in all the whole life, the whole world, this universe is filled with pairs of opposites. Going further, Saraga, Naraka. Saraga means heaven. Naraka is hell. In heaven, they say, it is only pleasure. Only pleasure. You can eat whatever you want. You will not feel sick. Gurudev once was talking in Viveka Chudamani. He was talking about Naraka and Swarga. In Swarga, the Gurudev was saying as a joke, added to make it lighter, because the topic was going very seriously, and therefore people were all very shaken. That was a very, very high level of Vedanta going on. So suddenly, to make the mood a little light, he used to in between pass some comments and jokes and things like that, and then again he will get back to this one. So once he was talking about the Swarga, he said, there is merrymaking. All damsels like Ramba, Urvashi, Menaka will always dance for you. Plenty of food available, but only vegetarian. Plenty of food available. You can eat any amount you want. You will not have constipation or diarrhea. You will not have any disease. Therefore, doctors don't go there. We had a big laughter. It's not an offending this one for the doctors. Gurudev used to make it light like that. Meaning what? Doctors will be unemployed there. Why? Nobody will fall sick. In Naraka, oh God, you will be held by your feet by two Rakshasas, and you will be dipped into hot oil. All sorts of suffering you have to go. And then he would say, in Naraka Papakshaya. Papakshaya means what? All your sins will be washed away. In Swarga, all the merits will be washed away, will be exhausted. So, when you go, Guruji used to say, Swami Tejamananji, you first go to Naraka and wash away all your sins. Then you go to Swarga, you wash away all your punya. Here Papa, there Punya, and then you are liberated. That is true. Very much true. Papa is also a hindrance to liberation. Punya also is a hindrance to liberation, please. Kshine punya martyalokam vishanti, says Bhagavad Gita. When your punya is over, if you are not liberated, you have to come back to Martyaloka. Again take birth in the loka. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatare shayanam. Iha samsare bahu dustare. Kripaya pare, pahi murare. Bhaja Govindam says. Think. So, Swarga has its positivities. Swarga also can end. Naraka has got lot of suffering, but also will end. Naraka, Papa Kshaya, Swarga, Punya Kshaya. Both are there. Think. Anuraga Viraga. Anuraga means love. Attachment. Very important, very important. We have to take care of these two words. Because love is something which is used by everyone, everywhere. But we don't know what love is at all. Because for us, if I love somebody, I and that person become one with each other. We can't live without each other. Preliminary status, please. In Laukika Jivana, the love is temporary. This is what we see. Maybe rarely exception sustained. But otherwise, in the name of love, both undergo problems only. Trying to accommodate the other person who is generally opposite to my nature. But still we accommodate when we love that person. Slowly, when they become used, and slowly their real nature comes out and the ego works very harshly on them, and then they get separated also. Or they may not get separated legally, they may stay together yet be not together. Think. Anuraga. And attachment oriented love will definitely bring pain. But when love, for the sake of love, not expecting love in return. Please note this statement very clearly. Love for the sake of love, without attachment, for the sake of love alone. Not expecting love also in return is pure love. Which is not very easy in the Laukika Jivana. Therefore, our love towards Bhagavan is pure. And if it is demand oriented, Parampuja Gurudev Swami Chinmayananji once wrote a poem, Demand Ashtakam. That much is our demands. Think. That is not love, that is business deal. Even in the modern world, when husband and wife are in union, if they stay together, if they love each other, but you will find 98%. The benefit of doubt is the other 2%. 98% they expect the other person to understand, but I don't understand the other person. This is life. Think. Most of the time, both of them compromise their values, their nature for the sake of satisfying the other person, but that is always only for some time. After some time, their true colors come out. When the true colors come out, each one does not accept each other. Why? Now, familiarity breeds contempt. Think. That is why you will find Gurudev very beautifully would say, I have very often said this, it's a very common statement. Before engagement, he speaks, she listens. After engagement, she speaks, he listens. Or it can be the other way. Before engagement, she speaks, he listens. After engagement, he speaks, she listens. After marriage, they speak, neighbors listen. Meaning what? Fight all the time. And after retirement, neighbors speak, you listen. You can't even reciprocate. Why? You're tired. Think. This is our life. 98%. Rarely some 2% remain where people are really, for the sake of love, they live. Of course, even there, so much of compromise are there. In the name of love, so much of compromise takes place. Think. Understanding is much less. Viraga, on the other extreme, Vairagya. I tell you, Vairagya kim na karoti viragaha, it is said. What cannot Vairagya do? This is at the ultimate state of sadhana. On a common life, Vairagya means what? You know, many times Vairagya can make life so dry. You will not enjoy anything. No pleasures. Why? I am a Viragi. Ice cream? No. Jalebi? No. Think. Rasgulla? Thanks. And people will not go and eat near that person. Why? That person doesn't take anything and these people will feel insulted. They'll feel guilty that we are eating so much. So they don't go near that person. They go far away and then eat very well. Vairagya should not become a dry kind of life. Very important, please. I should be able to enjoy to the extent without, please note this very clearly, without getting attached. Being very careful. If there is a moment where I will get attached, better slowly withdraw. That is good. That is Vairagya. Voluntarily. But at the same time, Vairagya should not become dry. I don't want anything. I don't want anybody. Get out. No. That is not Vairagya. Vairagya is like the lotus which lives in the slush water, yet neither the slush nor the water can affect the lotus. Padma patram ivambasa says Shruti. Think. Therefore, Anuraga Viraga. In Anuraga, attachment, suffering guaranteed. Not in love, in attachment. In Viraga, there is no pleasure as such, but it is dry. In Anuraga, there is attachment, there is suffering. Think. It is mixture. Nigama agama gunadosha vibhaga. Nigama agama shastra. Nigama, the Vedas and the other shastras, they also have lots to give. Agama shastras, which also includes other Purana, Itihasa, etc. Nigama agama guna dosha vibhaga. All of them have clearly distinguished what is good, what is bad. And they have also enumerated, they have also given examples of all that which is good, but what are all the ill effects of them. All that is which is bad, but what are the good effects of them. So, and the Mishrana. The Shastras very clearly distinguish. And therefore, Tulsidasi concludes this one saying, Jada Chetana Guna Doshamaya Bisvakina Karatara. The Creator has made the both together. Jada Chetana. Jada inanimate. Chetana Chaitanya Vastu animate. That which has got life, as though all have got life. Jada Chetana Guna Doshamaya is always a mixture of value and evil, good and evil, guna and doshamaya. Santahamsa guna gahi paya parihari bari bikara. He says, Santa Purushas, knowledgeable people who have understood this crux of life, this essence of life. What is that? Life is a mixture of good and evil. It is a mixture. You cannot say, no, it cannot be like that. I want to be like this. It cannot be possible. Look at all the explanations given. Good has certain evil aspects in it. Bad, evil has certain good aspects in it. Therefore, he says, Santa Hamsa Guna. Santa Purushas, the saints, are like the Hamsa Pakshi. What is Hamsa Pakshi? Swan. And swan has a very, very beautiful ability. What is that ability? Guna Gahahi Paya. It has got the ability to discriminate rightly. When milk with water mixed is kept for the swan, swan has the ability to drink only the milk part and segregate and then leave behind the water. See, you and I cannot do that. We cannot, because once it is mixed with water, what can you do? Isn't it? Hamsa Pakshi is such, the swan is such, which has got the ability to discriminate between milk and water. Similarly, Santa Purushas are those who live in the world with a clear discrimination of what? That which is good and that which is evil. And they pick the good and live a life of purity. And Parihari Bari Bikara, rejecting all the evils quietly. Rejecting is also a very, not a very right word. There where there is evil, you let go. Let go meaning what? Allow it to pass through. It will not disturb me. I don't permit the evil to disturb me. I accept the good and live a pure life. This is what Tulsidas, he said in this particular set of Chaupais and Doha, number 6. Worthy of by hearting, chanting every day and living that life will bring us the ultimate moksha, liberation. With this thought we will conclude today and we'll see tomorrow. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.